Well, it's back, and it's weirder than ever, yep. Greetings to all who may be watching this playthrough of Faith Renewed. This is a new episode for Heretic that was added in the Nightdive Remaster. And unfortunately, this, in its current state, is not compatible with GZ Doom. Hence why I'm playing it with said Nightdive Remaster, and that's why everything looks a little differently. Like, there's no dynamic lights or anything like that. Yeah. The plaza, that's where we're at to start with. I'm also not playing with fast monsters enabled. Oh, hello! Friggin' Draugrs! That's right. This episode features some enemy types that were apparently in like old beta versions of Heretic, but didn't make it into the final version, such as the mummies, which were renamed in this version to Draugrs. Yeah, like I said, I'm not playing with fast monsters, but I see the monsters are being plenty aggressive as is. That's because the Nightdive Remaster also features some rebalances made to weapons and items, which are heavily modeled after Wayfarer's Tome. Some of the changes that they added, which I'm pretty sure are not directly from Wayfarer's Tome, but are still present. Oh god, they gave me the crossbow. Oh, that means I'm gonna have to use the crossbow. I got plenty of wand ammo. Maybe I can live without. Yeah, these Draugrs aren't that strong. Many of the changes do make the game more difficult overall. Like, for example, some monsters do more damage than normal. So it's partly because of that. Aha! And partly because, well, like I said, the changes are modeled after a very well-known and popular Heretic mod by the name of Wayfarer's Tome, which I must say I don't totally agree with, and I'd rather not subject myself to those balance changes if I could avoid it. Well, balance quotation marks. Okay. We need some better firepower for this. Well, not much better. The Dragon Claw like, the wand does more damage, but the Dragon Claw, for whatever reason, was virtually untouched in both, Wayfarer and this remaster, which means it's still very weak and goes through its ammo supply a lot faster than it replenishes it. Almost like a TNT style secret area here. I've also heard that the secret map for Faith Renewed is very Slaughterfest-ish. And yeah, another map site I played by the name of Curse of Disparal. I haven't made a recorded playthrough of it yet, but I have played in the past. It's taught me that fast monsters and slaughter maps don't mix very well. In fact, Heretic in general doesn't go very well with slaughter maps. Hexen can work with it, but Heretic not so much. Okay, they told me the staff does more damage in this mode. That's probably bogus. Like, maybe it does more damage per hit, but it's like overall DPS is still still crap. Whoa, I missed a lot of secrets still. And now we're in Staith Town. Oh yeah, there's also the music. This remaster features remixes of all Heretic tracks made by one Andrew Hulschult, I believe his name is. And I have those enabled too. Now, you can actually disable the enhanced weapons and stuff. And that thought did occur to me a lot, but this is partly for the purposes of being able to adequately demonstrate all the changes. What the? All the changes. As people walk up behind me out of nowhere like edgelords.
You fail.
And also because without the changes, the game takes much longer. Because of enemies being tough. Oh yeah, there's another flaw with the friggin' Nightdive Remaster that I'm really surprised they didn't take care of. There is auto-aiming in this, and no, there is absolutely no way to disable it. Like, I get that the ways you can look up and down are still fairly limited, but the auto-aim honestly causes more problems than it solves. And there's also the friggin'... Despite the fact that your auto-aim is still every bit as limited as it is in the normal Doom engine, your, Great, now I have to use this horrible crossbow! Ugh! God, look at how slow this thing is! I'm only gonna say it once, so I'm gonna say it with gusto. F this crossbow.
Epic fail.
This is easily the worst. Like, it was bad in Wayfarer, like really bad, despite its high damage, because of how slow it is. Unbearably slow. Like, sure, it could sometimes kill a golem in one shot, but its damage randomization can't even guarantee that much. Yeah, like, seriously. The flaws in the crossbow are much... It's a very common thing in, like, video game design that often things may look simple when in reality they are not, and the crossbow is a big example of this because, well, a lot of people think it's weak, when in truth it's actually quite strong. Its flaws are a lot more deep-seated than that. Oh, hey. Kind of reminds me of Argo's Works, an actual, like, functioning bedroom. Is there one in here, too? Yes, there is. Friggin'... Yeah, like, the flaws lie with the slow speed of the projectiles and their crazy wild damage randomization. This version of the crossbow honestly makes those flaws worse. It doesn't fix anything. Ow. Mainly, it's kind of weird to see how flimsy those Draugrs are. Like, see, it still takes multiple volleys to kill a friggin' undead knight with a crossbow, so the time it takes to kill them is pretty much unaltered. This is not more oomph, honestly. This is a different kind of tedium. Curing a cancer with a different type of cancer. Oh yeah, there's another thing I hate about the remaster. There's no, like, normally when you select an item in your inventory, you, like, select it and then you press the button to confirm it and then you press again to activate. No, not in this version. In this version, you just push the button and it activates even if the inventory menu is still up, which just causes problems. Oh yeah, speaking of changes done to monsters, friggin' Ophidians. They're really squishy now. Really squishy. Another thing ported directly from Wayfarer. Like, really, what is even the point? What is even the point of having a late game enemy like that? Because Ophidians are something you normally only see in in Heretic for like the 3rd episode onward. What's the point of having a strong late game enemy if you're gonna make them super flimsy like that? I think they also made the Undead Knights a little bit squishier, but that change I can get behind. They didn't make the Fire Gargoyles squishier, even though they definitely should have. Oh yeah, that's one thing that I noticed Husholt is very fond of doing with his remix soundtracks for this game. He's very fond of doing that, like, crescendoing violin, almost like something you'd hear in a scary movie. They're good remasters, granted. This remaster also uses a lot of, like, resources, not just in terms of monsters and stuff, but in terms of, like, textures, like this sort of, like this. That sort of wood covered in moss. It's not just stone covered in moss anymore. Textures that were also in beta releases, but didn't make it into the final game for some reason. According to interviews for Raven Software staff, it's apparently because Raven Software has basically been under a lot of time and monetary pressure. Like, look at this. Can't even one-shot the Nitro Golems. It could take out regular Golems just fine. Okay. Oh, a fire maze. I think they may have made that a guaranteed spawn, at least in this map set. Oh. Interestingly enough, despite the fact that they added new puzzle items in the Hexen version, there is a patch that makes those remastered maps compatible with GZ Doom, but there isn't one here. I guess Z-script definitions for these new enemy types are much harder to program or something. Even though I am a modder, my own experience in Raven's Craze is quite limited. In case you could, or at least in Z-script it is very limited, in case you couldn't tell. Whoa! Ow! Okay, yep. Again, okay, that's something else that was present in the original Heretic. They hand out a lot of those, Rings of Invulnerability. Okay. What happened to this place, I wonder? There clearly was a measure of hustle and bustle here at some time. Whoa, whoa, okay, there's a lot. This Dragon Claw's not that strong, but at least it can do crowd control decently well. Oh, and I got myself Shadow Sphere. Oh yeah, I believe the, I'm gonna need to check real quick. Yeah, they also added hotkeys to inventory items, which is definitely a good UI thing. Oh. I believe the gauntlets got buffed, but can't really say how much they got buffed by. Time bombs did not get buffed. Okay, so I still need to find a way in there, and I still need a yellow key. I'm kind of losing track of objectives. Okay, I also need a green key. Did I go in this building yet? Guess not. There we go. Yeah, see, you could totally... There's friggin' mouse aim. You could totally work without the auto aim. Let's see. Aha! Okay, this is where I need to go. Ah, there's my key. Once I get rid of these guys. Oh, of course it's trapped! This is like something you see everywhere in like, modern day map packs. Like, you pick up a key, boom! Trap goes off! And I'm getting stuck on random things. Where is he? There he is. I think I got him. No. Okay, maybe they're not as squishy here as they are in Wayfarer's Tome. I swear, in like regular gameplay, they're like super flimsy. Oh goody, and now Ghost Knights are showing up already. Yeah, with these graphics, freaking ghost enemies are almost impossible to see. So if you can't see them, yeah, I don't blame you. These, okay, yeah, these... Okay, if the trend continues, I'm gonna need to open that box and get another key. Oh, good. Oh, shoot! Disciples now. Get rid of this guy first. Oh, ow. Alright, can't crouch. This is not GZ Doom. Yeah, I find that in playing GZ Doom, crouching is a good way to avoid those spread shots that Disciples fire. It's not something I could do here. Yeah, the vertical mouse aim is a little bit off, though. Ah, there it is. Right here the whole time. Okay, I think I might go to him now. Oh, yeah. Another problem with the crossbow is that its ammo is a lot more limited now. Like, way more limited. Especially its maximum ammo capacity. And that... Whoa! Oh, God. That meant they had to buff its powered up mode through the friggin' roof. In order to make it worthwhile. And I keep forgetting I have this. No, it doesn't seem to be very effective against those Draugrs. Which is ironic given that it's supposed to have higher DPS than all my other weapons. There we go. Oh, these are all ghosts. Yeah, see, you can friggin'. They just look like parts of the damn wall in these graphics. All right. Is that my ticket out of here? Get the feeling okay, yeah, I only have 2 secrets. Didn't really fix the knockback problem with this. Maybe a little, but not much. Alright, we're 2 maps in now. Let's see, I think the 6th map is where the secret exit is.